You are now watching ES After Dark on Drip Row Radio.
What it do, baby?
Keto has opened the gates. The gates are open.
Like something, vape something, sip something, testing 1, 2. Is this motherfucking thing going? It's the New Year's or nah? We in the New Year's yet? I thought we was there already. It's the Eve? Come on. What's good, chat? Pull up. Y'all already know what time it is. It's Top 10 Kick. What's good? I see y'all niggas over there. Hey, the vertical stream, the vertical feed. I see y'all. What up? What up? Pull up. Pull up. Make sure y'all sipping something. Make sure y'all smoking something. Hey, look, I sound a lot better when you got the elements. When you're dabbling in the elements of the weed and the drink and the other kind of persuasions, if you know what I mean. I sound a lot better on the mic if you get locked into that. And if you're doing a breath session, make sure you lock the fuck in. New Year's is here. There's no turning back. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, killer. Let's go, killer. Freddy Krueger. Let's go. My people's pulling up. I see D-Lane. I see Fred. I see Roderick. I see the Fun Zone. I see El Presidente in this shit. What's good? I see Cold World. Mo, we on deck. We got that rosé tonight. Ladies and gents, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of ES After Dark, where we always, and I mean always, talk everything wave related in the past week. I'm your host, Kato540, and you already know what time it is, chat. We got 12 months. We waited 12 months to get to where we at tonight, but we finally got there. We got there to the top 10. We at the top 10. We talking kill shots. We talking top 10 members. We talking top 10 teams. There's a team that might have got snubbed. There's a few members that might have got snubbed. There's a few kill shots. I don't think we got any snubberoos on the kill shots. I think the kill shots checked out pretty good, but I don't know. Can we get a wave check before you tap out? No, hold on. This ain't about me. Whoa, sir. This is not about me. This is about the game. This is about y'all. Hey, look, we can do our personal thing going into 2026. I got y'all. But right now, closing out 2025, this is not about me. Easy, sir. Relax. Light something, vape something, sip something. I know you got something on deck. Just lock in. For my peoples that got me on the big screen, shout out to y'all motherfuckers, yo. Like, we've been doing big screen activity on some of y'all. I've been looking at my sets. I see some of y'all watch your boy on TV though. That's crazy. Now I'm really feeling like now shit really getting serious out here in this thing. What's good with my people's pulling up? Hey, look. We wave checking all podcast hosts all 2026. That's a lock. All right, cool. That's a lock. That's a lock. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. If I ignore some of y'all, if I mistakenly hit the ban button on anybody that asks, my bad. I'm going to tell y'all in advance. I'm going to unrag when I'm ready, gang. We got this thing called boundaries. I'm going to talk about that before we get into the top 10. We got this thing called boundaries, right? And if you violate my boundaries, I don't know, something might happen to you. I ain't going to hold you. Something might happen to you. We got something called boundaries, and I've been told by the higher ups that I gotta make sure I'm respecting my boundaries, and the people that I love is respecting my boundaries, if you get what I'm saying. So shout out to my people that's pulling up. And again, respect the boundaries. Well, Cito Corleone, I hope you getting better, Cito Corleone. I hope you're locked in. I heard she going to church tonight. I wouldn't recommend you going to church under the conditions she in, but I guess if the Lord's gonna give her the blessing to get her great and get her back to where she need to get to, I say she take a little ass to church and get healed and get locked in. All right, so like I like that idea. I like that idea. Go to church, do your prayers, do your Hail Marys, and by the way, hit the like on your way out. Matter of fact, hit the like on your way in. And while you're at it, well, before the New Year's out, pass the collection plate around since y'all in the church mood already. Let me catch up ahead of time. I see Captain of the Year Arlo just pulled up. Let's go. We right where we need to be, folks. Top 10. So you already know how this is going to go down. We're going to do this like the award ceremony style. I'm going to say what I need to say about the waivers, the teams, the kill shots, and everything that have you under the sun. Then we're going to post directly to the page. ES is going to get everything exclusive. Make sure y'all have a happy New Year's, and shout out to Nick Cole for the $10 holla. Thank you for your donation, kind sir. Hope you and CC have a happy New Year. I saw the update. You're looking spectacular. And I saw the other hashtag. Wave of Thrones 10 loading. I like where you're going with that. I like where you're going with that, kind sir. Let me make sure the music is at a decent volume so I can make sure I hear what's going on in the background. We'll make sure everything is nice. Cause like don't get me wrong. I'm feeling a little bit nice. I ain't gonna lie. I'm feeling a little bit nice. I'm trying not to crash out because I got something to get off my chest before we get this goddamn top 10 off the ground. Got something to get off my chest. Gotta get something off my chest. Shout out to Arlo with the super chat with the $5 holla. Coach of the year. Let's go. This is what we talking about. I like where we going with this. And just to let y'all know, hey Arlo, don't get me wrong. I heard some things about Arlo. I just heard some things about Arlo. That's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just play that soundbite. That's it. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna get into it. We're not gonna talk about this. We're not going to do this. Not here right now. Not right now. Again, this is not about us. This is about y'all. I'm not going to get into that, but let's just say I heard some things. I'm not going to get into it. I don't want to talk about that. Not here. Cito's going to church. We're trying to send her off with a clear mind. We're not trying to do this. We're not going to do this. Not tonight. Not while church is on the night. All right, let's go. I see Lola pull up. What up, Lola? Stay right there. Stay right there. We might need your help in a second. Might need your help in a second. That's some old shit. Hey, but look. I had no idea. I've been a little bit out my element, MRJ. It come to find out the extracurricular activities that going into the game, I'm clearly out of my depth. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just doing events. I'm just living my life. I'm just making sure the game be great. I'm just pushing things forward. And next thing I know, I'm just seeing and hearing a bunch of things I've never heard before. My eyes and ears have seen and heard. I mean, not that I don't respect y'all any less, but I just say the game is open. There's a lot of nuance to this thing, if you understand what I'm saying, chat. This is why I love this community so much. Just when I think I'm not surprised, I'm not thrown off, I'm not taken for a loop, y'all pull up and surprise me every time. Happy New Year, Prom. Pull up. Happy New Year. Let's get this thing going. All right, we're about to get this thing off the ground. You already know how this goes. We're going to start with the kill shots first. Then we're going to go to the team. No, not the teams. We're going to do the members, then do the teams. I was thinking about doing the teams and then we're going to do the members second, and then we're going to do the teams last. We're going to say that for the last. Shout out to Killer Kim for the motherfucking $5 holla. I see you. Let's go. Thanks a lot for the coffee. Hope you have a happy new year. Hope you and the family, y'all be safe out there. Hey, just make sure y'all be safe. Lock in. I'm not going to keep y'all all day because I know y'all got y'all New Year's things to get down to. So we're going to get this thing. We're going to get y'all up out of here. We on good time right now, so don't worry about it. We just setting the table right now. Let's talk about it for a second. We setting the table right now. And again, I'm on dual screens right now. I'm on dual screens. I got 2 screens up here. I got a 3rd screen right here. You already know how we going to do this. We're going to post this to the page. I'm posting to the page as we speak, as I'm talking to y'all. I got the MacBook on deck. I got 2 screens locked in. I got a 3rd screen on the MacBook. We're going to get this shit going. And we're going to get this shit right the way we did. And y'all motherfuckers in the chat, hold it down. E-Ruck, what's good? Make sure I can see this nigga's hands right here. This nigga right here, it's New Year's, and you sipping something. Hey, Ruck, I better make sure I can see your hands at all times, my guy. That's all I'm saying. We got the ladies in the chat right now. Keep your hands to yourself. That's all I'm going to say. We just trying to vibe out. We trying to have fun. We just trying to have big fun. Because, hey, look, if any one of them catch you moving sideways, pow! You already know what's going to happen to you. I ain't gonna hold you. You already know what's gonna happen to you.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Just be careful out here in these streets. Everybody drinking, everybody on some shit. Just lock in. We doing kill shots right now. Kill shots of 2025. These are the shots that we talking about right now. When you see these shots, we're going from number 10 all the way down to 1, and we're gonna follow suit with that. Let's get ready to get our first kill shot off the ground. Now this kill shot that's about to pull up, I have a lot of respect. Super flu, they calling it, Cito, but you got this because you big, number 1. She going put a foot in that big flu. Oh, you the super flu? All right, super flu meet super big number 1, GG's. I'm gonna say GG's in advance. Super flu meet super big number 1, GG's in advance. You're done. Let's get it done, Cito. Let's lock in. All right, the first kill shot we bringing up. All right, now y'all already know where this first kill shot came from. The first kill shot, when you see it, is still locked in on the pages right now as we speak. Shout out to Africa. Shout out to South Africa, to be specific. I told y'all at the beginning of the year. I told y'all motherfuckers. Y'all was mad at the iPhones. Y'all was mad at the helicopters for sale. Y'all was mad that niggas was trying to sell y'all a cow earlier this year, but I said, don't worry about this. We gonna have some talent that pulls up. And they gonna pull up in a grand fashion, and don't be shocked if you pull up and they from the motherland. Shout out to Nobo. For the ones that don't know, that's cartel activity. This is big cartel activity. Let's post this to the page right here, right now. Show your love. Big Africa. Going down, big cartel, the only cartel, you feel me? Let's post this to the page right now. Let's get this thing going. Let's show love for Nobo. We got to give flowers. This is the time to give flowers. Now, chat, just to let y'all know, we giving flowers. Now, regardless of how you feel about what waivers and how you feel, look, listen, I don't care about none of that, bruh. I don't care about none of that, bro. I tried to tell y'all, I'm not going back and forth with none of y'all. That reminds me, before we get back to this top 10, I've been feeling so nice. I got to get this shit off my chest real quick. Now, somebody done pissed me off while I was working in the background and tried to call my phone via Messenger at 4:51 in the motherfucking morning. Now, I'm going to say this, and I'm only say this one time. Steve-O, I know you was drunk. I know you was drinking, so I'm going to kind of let that slide because I know how you get down, and I can see you ain't spin the block and hit me up early in advance. You ain't send me no message. You ain't send me no, my bad. I had a misdialed, I butt dialed, my bad, Joe. I didn't get none of that. So this is what I'm going to say straight up. Me and you, fam, we ain't got nothing to say. I ain't got nothing to say to you. The first thing I need to hear from you is an apology to BJ and his lady for you overstepping your boundaries. Again, we talking about boundaries, chat. We going to really get into that for 2026. I need y'all men, check this out, y'all grown fucking men in this community to have some fucking accountability for your actions. I'm leaning in on y'all niggas on that in 2026. I don't care if you're called out. I don't care if I like you. I don't care who likes you. If you're stepping out of line, we need to make sure these grown men are held accountable for their actions. So with that said, Steve-O, with all due respect, you know I love you. I need you to apologize to BJ and his lady for you stepping out of line. And then personally, I'm gonna need a personal apology for you trying to hit me up at 4:51 in the morning without no filter, no heads up or nothing. That's all I'm trying to say, chat. That's all I'm trying to say, chat. Accountability. I know men like to throw that word around for the opposite sex like it's going out of style, but let's turn that on. Let's turn that inward. Let's reflect inward on that word called accountability in 2026, gentlemen. We're 90-something% of men in this community. Let's turn that word in on us in 2026, and let's see what we could do with that, because I see a lot of grown men running away from that, and they trying to push that on to the ladies. I don't want to get into that, but like, let's have some accountability for the actions that we do, we as men. So with that said, check this shit out. I ain't got nothing to say to you, Steve. I appreciate everything you're doing. But we not talking, we not having no conversations until I see a formal apology to BJ and his lady. And then I ain't gonna lie, I want mines too. You could DM that, you could do it publicly, do whatever you want. But I need to see that go out, and then we can hopefully get back to a tier level to where we can get back to respecting each other in 2026. Again, accountability is the word going into 2026. And I'm standing on that, chat. I'm standing on that. Now I'm glad I got that off my chest. See, I didn't even crash out. I didn't call nobody out their name. I didn't go crazy. And I'm 3 shots in, chat. All right. We got to the number 10. I just needed to get that off my chest. That's the message for the sermon. It's boundaries. You got to respect those. Accountability. Shout out to BJ. He's in the building. That's what I need to see. We can't have no conversation until that go down. Fuck is we talking about? We talking about the big cartel right now. Let's get right back to it. We talking about the cartel kicking off the top 10. Nonetheless, the kill shot. Let's talk about that. We talking about Nobo. Big cartel kicking off the list. Next waiver on the list, we're going to talk about this waiver because this waiver pulled up. I put the hit out. I said, look, if you did the numbers, let me know what the numbers was looking like. And then this waiver had pulled up. And said, hey, look, I think I met the criteria. I looked at the numbers. I double checked the numbers. And then when I seen the numbers, I seen he had over 100 likes, over 103 to be exact. When we ran the numbers, I said, hold up. I think you meet the criteria to be on this list. And you locked in at number 9, my guy. Shout out to D-Lane. And if I'm not mistaken, we went from Wave Cartel to TWM. I see there's a lot of teams getting their share of this top 10 tonight. This is what I like to see, chat. I don't care where your team stands up. It's time to show the individual accolades of the team members doing their thing. You see the progress. He on the job posting up. Now that's dedication on top of that. Let's talk about the dedication. Let's post this shit to the page. Shout out to D-Lane. I see you. Let's post this to the page right here, right now. Post it. It's dropped. Shout out to D-Lane. Kill shot number 9. Now the number 8 kill shot. Now, y'all already know how I feel about this waiver, chat. Y'all know how I feel about this waiver. It's been time and time again. I watched the journey. I watched the journey. I watched him here. I watched him there. I watched him everywhere. We saw the team acquisitions. This went down in the middle of the year when all the hoopla was going down. And when all the hoopla was going down, I mean, I had to go through a lot of her images. She had about 5, 6, or 7 images that hit over 100. I was like, all right, Cito, since you're killing this so much, I got to take the one that I like the most. I'm going to go ahead and take the one I like the most. And I'm going to post that up courtesy to the game. And then we're going to get that one done like that. Shout out to Cito, a.k.a. Cito's, a.k.a. OF Cito. Shout out to the major move that she made. Hey, look, I heard she got a fiance on deck too. So y'all make sure y'all pay some respect. Y'all make sure y'all respect them boundaries. I better not hear nobody messing around, trying to mess around. Let's go, Cito. Let's post this to the page right now. Show y'all love. Y'all already know what this is. Big number 1. Y'all already know what it is. Even though she chilling, it seems like she big number 1 no matter where she go. I can't stand it. And she out the basement already. Let's post this to the page. She already out the basement. And it seems like she big number 1 everywhere she go, chat. Let's go. Let's post this to the page. About to say, she definitely should be there. She got a lot of work in these wavy streets. And when I looked at all the work, I said, look, you got so much work out here in the top 10. We could almost do a Cito top 10 kill shot list all by herself. But like, look, I got to take the one that I like, and then we got to throw that up. All right, let's get this shit done. Shout out to Cito. Now, the next waiver that we pulling up, again, I have to stress the dedication and everything that it took to get our waivers locked in, to get our waivers internationally locked into the community. And the moment that they do that, they gonna find their stride. And I ain't gonna lie, this wouldn't be a top 10 of any sort of magnitude without mentioning the killer, the African assassin, the Wave of Thrones 9 champion, the new big number 1 on the biggest tank in the game. Y'all already know what time it is. The MVP of the NBL, though? I mean, come on, what more can I say? I mean, I think this is the baddest man on the block, and I mean, I'm like, Trell was talking about a tournament for some Munyon. I think if Lucen get the call on the Munyon, I think the Munyon going to Lucen. You could send that bread that man way, because this is what the grand champ is looking like, and like, you know, he had to leave his mark on the kill shot list when he posted this. So let's go. Let's post this shit up. Let's get this shit going. Shout out to Lucen for getting it done. And again, this is Africa. This is Africa repping in the highest fashion. Not to mention, 2 members, not 1, but 2 members from WTBD in the top 10 kill shot list. That's what I'm talking about. I like the good stats. The stats, stories checking out. However, we're closing out, approaching the top 5, and we got one more waiver before we get to the top 5. Who gave these Africans brushes? Goddamn, that's all I'm trying to say. They just pulled up and saw the page, and the rest was history. We got some of the best brush businesses in the game. We got some of the best product lines in the game. You're good once you find ES. It's funny how that works out, right? It's funny, like you could go over here, you could go to there, you could go to IG, you could go to TikTok. It's funny once you go to ES, that's where you start to find your footing as a waiver. Next thing you know, this is where you at. You on the grand stage, you on the main stage. It's kind of crazy how things work out like that, but like, we're gonna get to the number 6 kill shot right now. Now, the number 6 kill shot, straight from the affiliates. Let's go. And again, I'm liking how all shares of the team is getting their piece of the top 10. They locked in. And when you look at the text, when you read everything, you're going to see what month they pulled up. You want to see everything. You're going to see the numbers. Make sure y'all get in there. Hit the like. Hit everything. Make sure you show your love. The people are locked in. For the ones that don't know, Jackie letting y'all know back waves still matter in 2025 and going into 2026. They still gonna matter. Shout out to Jackie. Shout out to the affiliates. Let's get this posted on the page. Show y'all love. You already know what it is. Jackie, affiliates, top 10 kill shot, locked and loaded. Let's go. All right, we now approaching the top 5. We're approaching the top 5 of this shit, and I'm liking the speed that we moving on. We got a good hour power left. We're gonna get the teams and we're gonna get the members done in due time. I hope y'all locked in. I hope y'all doing a brush session. I hope y'all getting relaxed. I hope y'all locked in. The number 5 waiver we gonna bring through. And again, it's no mistake. When you see what happened in the NBL earlier this year, you see what's happening in the Shark Tank. You see what just recently transpired in the 3v3. Now, there's a lot that could be said and a lot that could be desired, but we gonna talk about this top 10 kill shot list with not 1, not 2, but 3 members of WTBD in the top 10 for the kill shot list. It's like I can't get rid of these niggas. Like, no matter what goes down, they pulling up, they getting new talent, and next thing you know, they making impacts on what's going on. Like what we got going. Locked in. WTBD top 5. MRJ, aka
Waiver 1.
I love it. And y'all already know I'm rocking that East Coast rag. Shout out to East Coast rags. Y'all already know how this shit is going down. And y'all see this shit getting locked in. And like they said, I heard he did it for the money. That's all I'm saying. That's all. Word has it. Let's post this shit to the page. Shout out to WTBD. Shout out to MRJ. East Coast Rags. Y'all already know the brand. Y'all already know the East Coast Rags. Get with it. NY stand up. You already know what time it is. We on to waiver number 4. And the team that also talked about this is just like another team that everybody saw making their strides in 2025, where everybody thought this shit was coming to a toll. People thought this shit was coming to a toll and say, no, no, no. And to let y'all know, remind y'all, this waiver has made this list last year. And now she is back when I looked at the numbers and made the list again this year. She made the list last year. I'm looking at the numbers. I'm looking at everything. I said, let me double check this shit. Did Miko make the list again? When everybody thought she would probably go and she probably would be in the smoke for the rest of the year? Nah, she made the list again. Not to mention the list in the top 5. Locked in. Let's post this to the page. Shout out to Miko. Shout out to the affiliates. You already know she hit over 160 likes on this thing. Let's post this to the page. Show y'all love. Top 5 Miko kill shot list again. And now we rolling to the top 3. We rolling to the top 3 now. I know the top 5 is a different kind of energy, but once you get in this top 3 range, the top 3 range is serious business. Top 3 range is definitely serious business when we start talking about top 3. Shout out to the affiliates. But now we're talking about another team. And again, you're going to see a lot of teams get their personal share of this top 10 through and through. Now, this waiver that pulls up, I know this waiver for a very long time. And when this waiver came back, we had a conversation about what he had to prove, not only to the game, but to himself personally as a waiver. The game different. That's one thing he's seen right out the rip. And a lot of OGs is going to say that and tell you that every time. The game is different when it comes back. It's not the game that I knew. It's a different kind of game, but it'll still be the kind of game that you love if you get locked in. And this waiver, representing Big 40, the team that everybody thought was cooked. No, not so fast. The team everybody thought was cooked. No, they just pulled up. They just pulled up for the re-up. They pulled up with some new and improved OGs, and they bounced back like it wasn't nothing. Let's get this shit going. Shout out to Big 40. Shout out to Wave Man. Y'all already know what time it is. Let's post this shit to the page. Show y'all love. Wave Man, Big 40. Y'all already know what time it is. Another one for the trophy case. And we gonna get this shit done. I made the top 3, and this is not AI generated, ladies and gents. This is the real thing. This is the real thing. The game is different, but it's all love. That's what I'm talking about. Let's go. Show y'all love for Wave Man. Y'all already know what time it is. Our first Torino Wave King. Years removed. Back again, still doing a damn thing. Mr. Wave Man. Let's go. Let's lock this shit in. Shout out. Let's post this to the page. Now we're down to the top 2. We're down to the top 2. Now, I don't need to tell y'all that we still in the era of where the ladies was putting on. It still kind of wasn't removed from that era ever since Cito stepped down, because the years before that, it was the ladies trying to just set in the bar, constantly setting the bar. And we're getting to that ending point, hopefully, where maybe the fellas could step up. Again, we talk about that word accountability, you know what I'm saying? No big deal. Maybe they might step the wave game up and we might be able to take some kind of, take the power back at least, fellas. Come on, boys. Number 2, representing Team Supreme, is a waiver in their stride. When she posted this kill shot, she was talking like, yo, I think I found my stride on this one. This is the best I ever felt. This is the best I've ever been in this progress. I like where I'm going with it. And she posted that up, and that was literally in the captions. And now we find this waiver locked in into the top 3, as she should. Shout out to T-Fresh. Y'all already know, AKA Stay With Me. And she got it done. Shout out to Supreme. Again, a bunch of teams getting their fair share of this top 10. This is what the top 10 is supposed to look like. Mr. Driptamone, AKA A-Man, Say Man is in the building, AKA
You ain't got no rings, bitch.
AKA Pow is in the building. What's good, Drip? Make sure y'all holla at Driptamone Jr., Play Circle Podcast. Y'all already know what it is. Amen. Say man. Shout out to the show that he did last night. I mean, we was locked in. I mean, we touched on that a little bit, but we don't want to get into that. But just to let you know, if you got problems and you want to end up like the valet in this video, you know what's going to happen to you.
Pow, right in the kisser.
That's all I'm going to say. If you know, you know. If you was there, you know what's going down. Motherfuckers was getting thrown in cartwheels. Just don't look. I would not cross that man. I would not cross that man. And oh my God, Am I tweaking right now? We have an RG3 signing at the end of 2025. You saw it here first, chat. You saw it here first, chat. Shout out to RG3. Ayo, RG3. I hope you are having an awesome new year. Hold it down. I don't want to put no pressure on you, but I miss you. I want you to come back to the game. I miss you. I ain't the only one. But I'm glad you pulled up to say what up, just to let people know that we not bugging right now. I'm 4 shots in. I thought I was literally seeing things right now. This is the real thing. RG3 is in the building right now. Shout out to RG3. Y'all motherfuckers in the chat, show your respect, show your love, pay homage to old fucking G's for real, the triple OG RG fucking 3. Let's go. And while we at it, let's unleash the #1 kill shot of 2025, and then we can move on to the top 10 members, and then we can move on to the teams, and I can let y'all get up out of here and enjoy your New Year's. And let's get this show on the road. We got this waiver that pulled up, and again, this is arguably one of the top kill shots I've probably seen in the last 9 years of us doing this top 10 kill shot shit. But this is what's important when you find your angles. When your angles are locked in. And I had to get in contact with this waiver because she deactivated her account. She had to take a mental health break, and I love that and I respect that. She said, I'm gonna be back in January. It's going down. I'm locked in. I appreciate the love. Y'all show y'all love so she can see everything that's going down. Shout out to Chanel. Y'all already know what it is. Show your love so when she come back, she can see the love being felt on the page when she pull up. This is what the community does. This is how we do when we locked in with the community. You could take a break, but when you come back, just know the love is still gonna be there. We're not gonna be sitting here looking around like we don't know you. I think it got that aura around it. Y'all know that aura? I had to call my cousin and hit my cousin up, but I see that aura. I think that's what they call that now, chat. I think they call that aura. Let's go. That's that aura. Shout out the curve. Way back, about 40 feet back from the 3. Swish, all net, kill shot of the year, locked in. Shout out to Nell. Shout out to the squad. Shout out to all the people that made this list. We're gonna get this shit off the ground because I'm loving the timing that we on. We're moving this shit along smoothly. Now, y'all already know what we getting to. This list for me. It's this list for me. Y'all get ready to turn the fuck up on this list. The kill shots is one thing. The top 10 members and the teams is a whole nother dynamic. Now, don't get me wrong. They're all accomplishments. Don't get me wrong. Now, the kill shots is more or less a community selection. The members is more of a community selection and a personal contribution to the game. It's going to get real crazy when we talk about the teams and these members. Let me get ready to post to the page right now. Before we set the table, I got to let y'all know why this list is very important. This list is super important because when we talk about this, we're not only talking about the contribution, we're talking about the work on the page, off the page, everything included that rolls this down to this top 10 list. Let's get ready to unleash the top 10 members of ES. Now we're going to talk about number 9, number 10. We're going to get those out the gate first. Then after that, you already know what we're going to do. We're going to do what we do best. We're going to roll shit out and get this shit done. We got the members. Let's go. Let's post this shit up. Number 10. Coming in at number 10. Man, oh man. Number 10. Let's get this shit going. Number 10. I'm proud of this waiver. This waiver didn't make this list last year. Last year, this waiver did not make this list. And I know what people were thinking. People were looking all over the place. They was like, hey, yo, what's going down? What Shorty got going? People was looking around, but every time I look at the top contributors list, every time I look up, this waiver is contributing. Every time I look up, they ask her to post waves. She posted waves. What we talking? Y'all wanted her to post waves? She posted waves. Then she went back to doing her damn thing. And I'm glad she did that just to let y'all know, hey, look, we post. And then on top of that, she's still contributing to the game, still making the top contributors list, still locked in. And I ain't gonna lie, chat, she done made the top contributors list about 6, 7 times out the whole year. I said, how? I said, how, chat? When I thought she wasn't even around, she all up in the game. Top 10 contributor all year. Hey, she locked in. We had a Lola sighting even today, man. I ain't gonna lie. Let's just talk about it. But either way, show your love. I mean, she's in the chat, ain't she? She's in the chat. She's locked in. Again, first time making this list, and I think it's the best time closing out this year. Pass it to Killer is going down. I'm on that Casamigos right now, Shell. Let's go. Pass up. Let's post this to the page real quick. Lola locked in, starting a list of the top 10 members. And I think this is very special because, hey, look, we don't know what's happening. But just know, hope everything is good. Hope everything is good for your New Year's and everything is locked in, being what it needs to be. We gotta show love. We gotta provide flowers for the ones we gotta put on for the people that put on for us. That just to let y'all know that's the type of nigga I'm on. Like, we gotta put on for the people that put on for us. So let's get the number 9. The non-alcoholic version that Larry drinking. Hey, look, stay away from that one. Stay away from that. That's devil's work right now. Shout out to Lola. Pull up. Let's go. Show love. Now we on to number 9. Now the number 9. We gonna get to the number 9. Now this waiver has been on a page. Again, a lot of these waivers that you're gonna see pull up in the top 10, it's not like you're gonna say, oh no, we don't know those people. Oh, we know these people that pull up, whether we had a run in with them, whether we had a back and forth with them, whether we see them go crazy on somebody, to crash out here, to crash out there. But all I'm gonna say is, picking up where we left off in February, where the NBL kicked off the first title that we had to hand out in grand fashion. And y'all want to talk about the Demon? The Demon in 7. I love repeating that because that's just a part of wave history now. Just to let y'all know, going into a sudden death game 7 in the chat, we see, hey, I hope y'all know there's a Demon at 7. The rest is history. And y'all already know what happened. The Big Cartel. And from there, he scout. Bounced back within the same year and posted within the same year and said, hey, yo, guess what? I'm back. I'm not back to where I need to be. But guess what? I'm spinning the block in about 2 days. It just seems like yesterday that I scalped and now I pulled up and I'm back. I'm back. Here we go. Mr. Fun's on himself. Mr. Fun's on himself. Let's go. Let's get ready to post it to the page. Shout out to Demo. Shout out to the Wave Cartel, the only cartel. I see you. I see y'all pulling up. Let's get ready to post this shit to the page. Let's post it to the page. We on good time. We're getting down to the number 8 waiver. Locked in the top 10 members. Now again, chat, we need y'all to be very clear on this. This is a waiver. Now, when looking at the stats, this waiver made the list last year. Just to be very clear, this waiver made this list last year. And I need y'all to understand. Even when this waiver took a hiatus and came back to the page, he might have slipped a few spots. He probably had slipped a few spots, but just make believe. when he bounced back and picked up right where he left off. I'm talking about Coach Prime, a.k.a. Dion, a.k.a. Prime. I just heard I made the list. You just heard right, my guy. You just heard right. You definitely made the list. 1,000% you made the list. Let's move that up like that. Let's move that up. You damn right you made the list. Let's go. Shout out to Coach Prime. Again, he made a hiatus. And like I said, I tried to get on everybody like, look, nobody believed in you, Dion. I was the only one that believed in you, Prime. Nobody believed in you but me, Prime. And here you go, proving them wrong again. He made this list last year, and again, he found himself back on this list this year. Shout out to Prime. Show your love. Let's post this to the page. Let's get this show on the road. We got number 7 to pull up. And then once we get into the top 5, it's going to get a little bit serious because we already know how this shit go down when we get into the top 5. Let's get this posted to the page. Now, the next waiver we're going to roll out right now, again, this is a waiver you know. This is a waiver you may have a run-in with. This is a waiver you might have running rounds with. This may be a waiver you might not agree with how they move. But all through the year, starting I would say about in January, this waiver been on some shit. Now, he might have had a little activity that might have went a little bit a different way, but as you can see in about a short amount of time, when you're great, you can spin the block and the results will be different. And when looking at the results and everything that transpired tonight during Shark Week, the math is kind of adding up to where this waiver needs to be. So we're going to talk about the cartel yet again. We talked about the cartel at 9. Let's talk about the cartel at 7 real quick when we talk about the beginning of the year. The impact going all the way into the end of the year. You saw where he was at. He took his bumps and bruises. Bumps and bruises on a 3v3. But guess what happened 2 days later when we pulled up for Shark Week? He said, I'm going to spin the block one more time. And guess what? Let me get that number 2 on the banner real quick. Let me get that real quick. Defended his spot. And then he went to go take the respect that he thought he was owed on the other thing that they was going on. We ain't going to get into that, but just say y'all know what happened. If you know, you know. Regardless of what went down, he got it done today. Nonetheless, when we dropped the top 10, shout out to Jeezy. Let's post this to the page right here, right now. Let's post this shit up. Shout out to the cartel. You already know what time it is. Post up, top 10 Jeezy. We're going to get this shit off the ground right here, right now. Now we get into the number 6. The number 6, we're going to close out before we get into the top 5. And again, I'm going to let y'all know. The waivers that make this list, we talking about impact. We talking about what you really doing. Now, we know the waivers that could do a lot of talking, a lot of this and a lot of that. But again, this list is about one half of contribution, the next half of impact. Now you see from 10 to 9, they impact in their own little way, one way or another. Whether it's content, whether it's community activity, whether it's the battlefield. Now we talking about the impact at an overall level. We talking about the impact at a group think contribution level. We talking about a team level. We talking about individual project level. Now, I already know. Y'all already know how I feel about this waiver right here. Regardless what might went down with the team, that still didn't stop the GM of the decade from being the GM of the decade. I don't care where you line the years up in the wave game, whether we talking history, whether we talking accolades, whether we talking influence and impact. There's no way in hell you not gonna find Drip Damone Jr. somewhere in the mix. And in 2025, I think it's fair to say the story checks out. Let's post this shit to the page. And again, made the top contributors list this year at least more than about 8 times out of 12 months. I'm gonna let y'all hash that out about what his contribution really mean to the game. Not to mention living life off the page and running one of the dopest podcasts in the wave game at the same damn time and still having time for the team, the community, and everything else in between. Shout out to Drip Damone. Literally, truly, a leader, a G in his own right. And not to mention one of the dopest hosts of the 3v3 second annual, possibly the third annual pulling up.
Pow, right in the kisser.
How, Sway? Easy. I looked at the numbers. I don't want to have to show you the numbers, but if I look at the number, I look easy. Easy. Let's post this shit to the page. Shout out to Drip. Let's post it to the page. Shout out to Big 40. I mean, when you got people on 40s still making a kill shot list, you got people on the same team still making the top 10 members. Hey, look, they contribute. They still working. We got to show love when love's due. Like, look, everybody, look, number one looks great all the time, but like, look, you're still going to be in the argument no matter what's going down. This is what we talking about. This is what this top 10 list is about right now. Now let's go to the top 5. We in top 5 territory right now. Now this waiver for the team that they represent, you already gonna know once you see them pull up. But it's only a few waivers in this game that an event runner like myself feels the need to put another waiver of that same caliber in place to be a commissioner to run one of the biggest, toughest tournaments to run. And when he took on that challenge, and then he showed that he can actually foot the bill, not only that, showed up month after month for the Torino challenge. I'm gonna get to that once I get off this live. Showed month after month. He gonna hold it down for the community, and still to this day, he's locked in right here, right now in the chat. Top 5 heavy, still in the battlefield, still doing the damn thing, still repping the team. Let's post it to the page right here, right now. You already know what time it is. Shout out to Wavy Havy. Let's get this posted in the page. We in top 5 territory right now. Top 5 territory. Show y'all love. Let's get this shit going. We in top 5 territory. Then we're going to get to the top teams. And then we're going to roll up out of here. So y'all make sure y'all locked in. The top 5 is definitely about to get great. We in the top 5 right now. We in top 5 territory. I hope y'all locked in. Shout out to Heavy On. Shout out to affiliates. Shout out to y'all for being great. And remember, when people didn't want to believe in y'all, just know that, look, it's still the work. The work is still the work. Y'all gonna get it done. My favorite Kappa. Let's get this shit going. We're gonna get this shit locked in. We at number 4. Now, again, we got a lot of people that does their due diligence in the community when we talk about contributing. We seen this waiver run the gauntlet on campaigns. We seen this waiver take their ups and downs. And when looking at the list, when looking at everything, this is another waiver that made this list last year, locked in at number 9 last year. This year, they upped the ante and found themselves in the top 5. And for the ones that don't know, if you post on a page and you see this person in your comments showing you love, leaving a fire emoji, showing everything. Last time I checked, the last top contributors post that we posted, she was locked in at number 1 already, ending out the year. This is what happens when you move up the ladder. Again, remember, last year, she was locked in on this list at number 9. This year, she was locked in the top 5. Shout out to Foxy. Show y'all love. Hey, yo, y'all niggas in the chat, show y'all love. Provide flowers to the ones that's locked in. All right, chat, we in the top 3. Now, again, on every list, when we start talking about top 3 territory, we start talking about top 3 territory on some real shit. Like top 5, yeah, that's great. Once you get into that top 3 territory, you could pretty much call this 1A, 1B, 1C, based on how everything mapped out. Waiver number 3 that locked in. We can talk about the accolades. We could talk about everything that happened. We can talk about the championship. We can talk about the moving in the background. We could talk about the business at hand. We could talk about everything that's locked in and kind of set the mold to make this top 10 list. And looking at the top 3, you're going to see a small narrative that come around. You're going to see a narrative of the businesses, of waivers that's active. They're locked into their business. They're locked into the community. They're locked into the competitive side of the game. And not to mention, they locked into the community. Captain of the year, last time I checked, of the current NBL champions, WTBD. The one that put the lineups together. The one that sent it through. The one that's posting on the page, letting you know what the brand is doing. Providing giveaways for the community. Providing love for everything that goes down in a community and getting it done. And don't mind if you see me post this and it smells like, don't mind none of that. Don't worry about that. This is the captain of the year right now. This is one of the main reasons why they reeled that title in this year. Just to let y'all know, don't get this shit twisted. This is the main reason this shit got reeled in. This is the captain. Look at me, look at me. I'm the captain now. This is that guy. This is that guy. Let's post it to the page. Shout out to WTBD. Top 3 WTBD. Shout out to You Know My Body, Arlo, cap of the year. And that's the way this shit just go down, chat. Like, look, we in the top 2 right now. Now, the top two, we getting in some nefarious territory. We getting in some nefarious territory, chat, because the top 2 right now, before we get into the top 10 teams, we got to let people know. Now, if you might feel some people got snubbed, I understand. I feel that. I get flack for that every year. But when we talk about top 3, we got to talk about captain of the year. And again, once we lead off with the captain of the year or the top 10, we got to talk about the other elements of the other members that led by example, whether they was with a team, whether they were a business owner, whether they were an individual waiver. And I can't say how proud I am of this waiver for the way they represented, for the way they stepped out and did their own thing. They actually locked in and got into the top 10. Now, I appreciate how humble that they was about this shit and how everything was going on, but not only did they lock in and rep for their team, but they lock in and support many brands from off the pages to our brand. And like, when you're looking at the whole year of 2025, ain't no way in hell that the El Presidente, aka...
If I let you win on the dice, it's because I was being nice, nigga.
AKA...
I let you niggas hit on the dice, but I had seen this and I had to hit twice.
AKA...
Shawty got her ass on her. Don't put my hands on her.
AKA...
Hey, tell Kato to clip that shit.
Hey, look. Y'all know how I feel about this waiver. Hey, look. I rooted for this waiver when people didn't believe in them. And I think that's kind of the fire that they need. Sometimes I think y'all done fucked up by putting this waiver in that position, and sometimes you don't know what you're going to deal with. Some waivers, they slip away. They fold. I ain't going to lie. Some waivers fold under the pressure that these gentlemen was under. Some people will fold and just walk away from the game and say, fuck this shit. Some waivers pull up and they say, you know what? I like that y'all counting me out. I like that y'all doubting me. I like that y'all thinking that we them other niggas. Watch this shit, though. I love that, actually. Watch this shit. Watch what we do. Not only do they do their work in the community as community leaders, they do their work in, and they literally are locked in on their second annual, going on their third annual tournament, which again is being considered a major in a real hot second. Shout out to the El Presidente, Trail, Turbo, Blaze. And look, I understand all the talk about being an industry plant. Hey, look, we're not going to do that tonight. We're not going to do that tonight. We're here to provide flowers. And that look you see on his face, hey, that look on his face, that's low-key a memo to the niggas that doubt it. Let's start there. For the niggas that doubt it, hey, look, that's for y'all. This is for y'all. This is why I got to let y'all know. I got to lead this for y'all, for the niggas that doubted. Ha, ha, ha. Here we go. Here we go. Let's post this shit to the page. Shout out to the El Presidente. Let's pull up. Now, folks, ladies and gents, we are down to the top member of ES overall. Now, there's a few things I could easily say about what puts this waiver in this position. I posted up earlier. I seen him still working on the page. And it seems like it just, last year this waiver made this list, and it seemed like he still kept his foot on the gas. He still kept doing what he was doing. And not to mention, I feel like it was like a redemption song. He came back to get what was rightfully his, and I think he acted upon that. I think the game has made a turn for me when I seen him post up after Wave of Thrones 9. First round, let me remind y'all, the first round. This was him getting me on line 2. Saying, hey, yo, Kato, you like Cito, right? That's your peoples, right? I just bested Cito in the first round of Wave of Thrones. That mean I just beat WTBD. I just bested them. Now can we talk about what's rightfully mine's, gang? Okay. All right, we can talk about this. Shout out to Wody. Shout out to everything that went down. And like, again, I feel bad for y'all. If Wolverine bested you, he bested your whole squad. And I ain't gonna lie, last year he was locked in at number 2, doing the same damn thing over and over. This year, he picked up again where he left off. And just to let y'all know, y'all ain't really having no fun. This the fun zone. Y'all forgot? Y'all forgot what we locked in at. We locked in on the fun zone. Y'all forgot this fun zone territory. Just to let y'all know, we fun zone. Well, Victory Lap 2026. Y'all already know what time it is, Brett. The floor is yours. Y'all really ain't having no fun. Come on. Y'all ain't having no fun. Fun zone. Shout out to Wode, getting it done. Shout out to the peoples. That shit already in the brush ball. Hey, look, another one for the trophy case. AKA Brett the Hitman. AKA 12 rounds. AKA getting it done. Shout out to Brett. Let's post this to the page real quick. We're going to get to the teams, and then we're going to roll a fuck up out of here. We're going to get to this shit. We're going to get this shit done. Let's post it to the page. We on good timing right now. We're going to get this shit done, and I promise you we'll be done just in time to get Cito to church. Let's get this shit rolling. We'll be done just in time to get this shit rolling. We're going to get you to church on time, Cito. Let's get this shit going. You might as well start getting ready now. We're going to get this top 10 team shit rolled out because we are here. We are right where we needed to be. Top 10 teams. Oh, yeah. We right where we needed to be. All right, let's get ready to roll this shit out. We talking top 10 teams. Let's get ready to roll this shit out. We talking about the teams. Kato, you about got me fucked up. I got 10 minutes. All right, we gonna get this shit going. But whatever you miss, we gonna be on top of everything else. And I'm definitely gonna be talking more than that 10 because like, look, this is for y'all. Look, this is not about me. All right, let me move fast. Let me move fast so I can. Cito got me rushing now. I'm tipsy a little bit. Cito got me rushing. If I fumble, it's her fault. Let's get this shit going. 2025, we here. Teams, we on the last countdown. Let's get this shit going. Hopefully I don't fuck nothing up. All right, we good? All right, let me post it. Let's get ready to post it. Boom. Teams. Let's go. All right, I like what we locked in at. Number 10. Let's get number 10 off the ground right here, right now. Fuck it. Let's get number 10 off the ground right here, right now. All right, we posted. Top 10 teams loading up right now. We're going to talk about the top 10 teams now. Number 10, again, this squad, is no surprise to see this squad locked in at number 10. This squad has been locked in, and I know what people might be thinking. What was this team doing in 2025? Well, they were doing something. I could say wholeheartedly, they was doing a lot more than the teams that was doing nothing. Now, they might not have showed up for the league and been competitive, but they had some other things going on that put them a little bit ahead of the curve of some other teams, and the teams you're going to talk about that you see did not make this list. I already get it. What was they doing? Hey, they was doing stuff. They was doing things. And like, I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, we gonna post this to the page right now, but I ain't gonna hold y'all. There's been a narrative about teams that make this number 10 spot. We could talk about that number 10 spot because we definitely gonna talk about that as we move up on the ladder and look at the other top teams. I can wholeheartedly say, if you in this top 10 spot, I got good news and I got great news for you. It's a make or break year for you. You can either move up, or guess what? You could end up like Pew and not make the list at all this year. You could just do that. I know some teams that was on this list ain't on the list right now. Y'all forgive Kato. He been drinking. Hey, look. I'm good. I'm good. But when I looked at this, I thought about this. I said, look, teams that make the number 10 spot, it's a make or break year for you. You either gonna make it up the ladder or you gonna fall off the list altogether. No big deal. I've seen it happen both directions. I've seen it happen. I've seen some teams move up from the 10. I see some teams fall off at the 10. That's just all I'm gonna say. The math is gonna be the math of what goes down in 2026. Now, moving to number 9, rip my old squad. I mean, look, we could talk about the legacy. We could talk about the teams, the talent that went through there already. I mean, we could talk about that. We don't have to get them credit, but as you can see, y'all on high rising right now. We could talk about that. They only top 10 because of me. Ain't no motherfucking way they made it. Hey, look, I respect it. I respect it. Hey, look, she ain't lying. There's no lies being detected. There's no lies being detected. I think they may personally owe her a thank you anyway. All right, let's get this shit to number 9. Number 9 is locked in. Number 9, again, is another team technically didn't make the list last year. But due to competitive, due to everything going on, walaikum salam, my brother, due to everything going on, this team have found themselves back in the top 10. Now, we know this team showed up and did competitive things. They showed up, they did competitive. They may not have got the upper hand that they got in competitive, but they did enough to get it done. They did enough in the community. From working in the background. We love to see waivers that's still doing that, putting their best foot forward, even when they can't be out in the forefront, being out in the open. They doing everything that they can see. They doing everything that they can do. Okay, they did compete. They competed. Last time I checked, they showed up for all 16 weeks of the NBL. Let's start there. How many teams that didn't do that is still locked in and looking around trying to figure out what they got going on? I don't know. They got worse things to worry about. At least this team showed up. Shout out to Wave Immortal. Shout out for the leadership that's still there, that's locked in. And they did the damn thing. Shout out to Amani and Psycho. That's what I'm saying. Y'all know the main figures that's locked in with this squad. Shout out to them. Let's post it to the page. Show y'all love. Let's post it to the page right now. And we getting to the number 18. We getting to the number 18 because we getting locked in. We're getting closer and closer to the top 5. Again, ladies and gents, this is another team. Okay, I was about to say, Kato, Immortal is top 10. Oh, they definitely top 10. They definitely top 10. We're taking everything in consideration and we're looking at everything that's moving forward with the teams that compete, with the teams that pull up, and they do their thing. This team also pulled up and did the damn thing. They had some team acquisitions. They made a few changes. The leadership stepped up and stepped outside. And the rest was history. Now, we could talk about a few issues in the league that went down, left a few games left to be desired on what they could actually put out there on the field at the same time. But at the same time, I appreciate the effort. I appreciate the effort, and it kind of changed the narrative on what the community was thinking about this squad. We know they have talent. This was already a lock looking at the NBA. We know they have talent. But do they actually have the talent that's going to show up? Can they put the proper pieces in place? That's yet to be determined in 2026. Let's post this to the page. Shout out to Imperial. Shout out to Beanie Mont. You already know, Beanie Mont, if you're out there, hope you enjoying your new year. Hope you getting it done. Let's get ready to go to team numero 6. We are locked in right when we need to be, chat. Let's post this to the page. Team number 7, another team that might have slipped a few spots versus last year, but slipped a few spots for good reason. They still showed up. They still did competitive work. They still did great. They still competed. But more importantly, they still played a role in the community, doing what they need to do. Staying locked in. Holding their position. And representing for the squad. And as you can see, we had a piece of this team come up for top 10 for the kill shots. Regardless of what happens with the members, they pulled up and did their thing. Again, they did competitive. That says a lot to any team that can pull up and rock out 16 weeks straight. TWM had a lot of movement. That's what I'm saying. Regardless of where the placement was at, they still found themselves in the power rankings. Shout out to TWM. Let's post this to the page right now. We're going to post it to the page and get this shit done. We on good time. We're getting close, very close to the top 5 territory. Now, this team that we're about to pull up with right now, last year, this team made this same list at the same placement, no less. I think that's one of the rarities that happened. Now, not saying that there was no movement on the team. I think there was a lot of movement on this team. And regardless of what happened in competitive, I think they put their best foot forward, especially when we talk about that tournament of the 3v3. I think they did a lot of good work this year where the narrative is starting to look different. We heard what people thought about Breeze being one of the best in the game, but she can't do it alone. Then we hear the narrative move in a different direction. This team is at least 1 or 2 dope waivers away from making it right to where they need to be. And next thing you know, I think they could compete with some of the top teams. That's just my personal opinion. Y'all do what y'all will with that information because Like we said, we see Najee. We see T Fresh. You add Breeze along with that 3v3 right there. It's looking like a different tourney in the 3v3. I ain't gonna hold y'all. It's pretty much looking like a different 3v3 tournament. Let's post this to the page. And now, ladies and gents, we are getting to the top 5. Shout out to Supreme. Now, when I was talking about this last night, I was sick to my stomach having to type this shit. I was sick to my stomach having to type this chat. Last year, this team was number 1 in the power rankings. And this year, this team, my squad slipped to 5, gang. I was sick having to type this shit. I was sick having to type this shit. But I'm going with the narrative that Drip say. Affiliates, you let me down. Wave Cartel, you let me down. If y'all would have did what you had to do, you had one job to do. You had one job to do. Affiliates, you had one job.
Pow, right in the kisser.
Cartel, you had one job.
Pow!
You had one job to do. This motherfucker said my team. We knew it. Tito, go to church. Take your ass to church. You're late. Get your ass on. Get your ass. Get your ass on. Hey, look. Y'all know I'm gonna have fun with this shit, chat. Come on, chat. Don't do this. See, don't chat. Don't do this, chat. See, this is why I love y'all niggas. This is why I love y'all niggas and can't stand y'all niggas at the same time. Regardless what happens in the rankings, again, regardless what happens, you understand what the narrative is gonna be. What will this team be in 2026? I got good news and I got great news for y'all. Don't think this is just gonna be a one-off. Do not think this is gonna be a one-off. There's a lot of things that's working in the background for the ones that's knowing, for the ones that's involved, for the ones that's moving with the movement. They got a lot that's going on. And with that said, they still found themselves in a position of the top 5. Let's post it to the page. Shout out to the Driplamats, AKA them Driplamats, baby. Shout out to Big 40. Shout out to the ones that made the kill shot list. Shout out to the ones that made it into the top 10 members. They still moving in this community, chat. I gotta let y'all know, they still moving in this community. We do what we still do for entertainment. Hey, we still top 5. That's all I'm gonna say. I'll deal with that regardless of how much the team slipped. I'll deal with that. Let's get to the top 4 teams. We're going to the top 4 territory. We got 4 more teams and we're gonna get this shit done. Now, the team that's about to pull up right now, again, when you look at what this team did in 2025, again, leaving out of 2024, going in to 2025. Remember what I told you. Last year, this team was locked in at number 10 in the power rankings. Just like I told the Saiyans earlier. It's a make or break year for y'all going into the next year. Who's ever locked in at number 10, it's a make or break year for you going into the next year. Now, you could do one or two things. You could fall off and not make the list, or you could big jump into the top 5 rankings, depending on what you do, depending on how you move, depending on what the team is doing, depending on what the collective is doing. Now, one might make an argument that I think this team probably racked in more titles this year than a lot of the teams in the top 5. I'm not going to double check that math, but I know I made the frames. Wolfpack might be the team that actually ran home with a lot of the hardware in 2025 when we talk Legacy Court, Torino. You saw Killer Cam post her trophies. You saw Trail post his trophies. Slick, Humble, you seen them post their trophies. Nobo, he was there, but he's somewhere else. 6. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Congrats to the Wolfpack. Congrats to the Wolfpack. Heavy on, relax. I got the volume on 0. Hey, yo, Cito, please don't be in church listening. Please don't be in church doing that. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Let's post this shit to the page. Shout out to the El Capitan. Motherfucking Jones. He just pulled up. Killer Cam. Humble. The gang. You already know. Shout out to y'all. Hey, look. Y'all top 5 team. There's no turning back. There's no turning back. All right, y'all. Let's get ready. We in the top 3 territory. We in top 3 territory. Let's go to top 3 territory. Let's talk about the team that nobody really saw coming because ain't nobody really have that level of respect for this squad. But I think that whole narrative changed and turned around the moment they moved into the top 3. And then once they started doing their thing, started leading from the pack in NBL, they started doing what they were doing on the page, and through the adversity from losing team members, through the adversity, through the back and forth, through the adversity of motherfuckers in wives DM like,
oh, damn, oh, man, I gotta go, man.
It didn't matter. Through all the adversity, through the ups and downs, through the bad character flaws, they still had a lot of bright spots shining through for this squad when we look at top 10 teams, when we look at top 10 members, when we look at everything down the line. The affiliates are still in the rankings of being a top 10 team. And now they still sit, I won't say comfortably, because we already know what can happen going into 2026. A lot can happen. Ask Pew. A lot can happen. Ask the Wolfpack. Not saying this is a make or break year. However, just to let y'all know, anything can happen in the wave game going into this year. Shout out to your affiliates. Y'all earned it. Maisha, you did the damn thing as a captain. It was spectacular to see you out there. Heavy on, you already know. Mr. Commissioner himself, I appreciate what you do in the community. Same thing with Maisha and BC, holding it down. I appreciate what y'all do in the community. Now we at the top 2 teams, ladies and gents. Now looking at the top 2 teams, y'all know this could go either way. I mean, we could go 1A, 1B, 1C, just like the top 10 members. And looking at the end of the year, I think the interesting narrative going into 2026 is who's ready to get that spot back from WTBD? Will it be the affiliates? Will it be the cartel? Will it be the Wolfpack top 5 team? Will it be Drip Set? Right now, looking at the score. MRJ got 50 on the parlay. MRJ got 50 on the parlay. I'll take that parlay. I don't think it's gonna happen, so I don't know. I might counter. We know what might happen going into next year. As you can see, you see there where they got members that are going back and forth. Dub L. 1-1 out the last 2 meetups that this waiver had. One waiver met up and a 3v3 got the dub. Spent the block for Shark Week, took the L to the cartel. So like, I don't know. In 2026, we're gonna see what really goes down. Let's post this to the page. And y'all already know what we're here for. Y'all already know how this shit go down. And again, like, look, I talked about this shit before. I talked about this shit many times. I talked about this shit many days. Hey, look, I'm not sick about this. I'm not sick at all about this spot. I know you could tell how excited I am to present the top 10 team of 2025 NES is WTBD. Now, regardless of everything you might have heard, regardless of everything that was talked about, regardless of the sheer disrespect some members of this collective might take not too kindly to what we do. However, we got to show love. We promised, we made sure we would vow to make sure when they pull up in the NBL that we wasn't going to have no whole shit go down, not on my watch. We was going to make sure that shit get called straight down the line every time, all the time. We made sure this shit was going to get called fair and square. And we said we was going to get this shit done. And when the smoke cleared, this is what had happened. And then you see why everybody was running around mad at BJ. Because, hey, look, he had to stand on business. Hey, look, when nobody believed in us, hey, look, we had to believe in us and just say, let's go fuck this league up. Let's go get it done. And I think they did that. Regardless of how many slip-ups they had, I think they went and got it done. And dare I say, now technically, now this is up to y'all now how they do it and how everything, how they get the win. I appreciate y'all getting the win. But honestly, with some of the members on the team, I'm gonna speak honestly. This is wholeheartedly. I don't think some of the members on the team championed the right way. I just got to put that out there. I mean, you win the title. How in God's name do you return to the game pissed off? I'm not gonna put that out there. I mean, who champions that way? Right, chat? Who champions that way? You win everything that you needed to win. You get it done. You watch your team do it without you, and you're pissed off? I don't understand it. I can't speak for everybody on the squad. I know a lot of people on the squad. I would say 99% of the squad championed the right way. There's that 1% of the squad, in my personal opinion, that I don't think championed the right way. I don't think they provided flowers the right way. I don't think they gave their own team the proper respect they deserve for showing up to the NBL and getting it done. Now, we ain't gonna talk about that. I don't need to get into that. It's 9:27. Church starts for Cito in about 3 minutes, and I think we got it done. The crash out beginning? Hell nah. I'm about to go do Torino Challenge. I'm about to take 3 more shots, and we gonna lock in. And I'm gonna just pull up to the page. We're gonna lock in. Look, I got some banner work to get done. The work is still the work. We got Legacy Court. If you think the work ends for an admin of my caliber, the work has just begun. We got to get right back to work for 2026. You're going to blink, and next thing you know, May is going to be right here. We're going to be doing Wave Hall of Fame. We're going to be talking about that this weekend. And the moment Wave Hall of Fame is done, we're going to kick off season 2 of the NBL in a grand fashion. Shout out to all the teams that came out this year. Shout out to all the kill shots. Shout out to all the members that put their hard work and dedication into the game. And I'm always, always more than honored to pull up and provide flowers for the teams, for the members, for the kill shot specialists that did the damn thing. And again, fellas, let's be locked in for 2026. Hey, like, let's keep it a stack. I heard a wise woman once tell me, players fuck up. But are you a true player if you can't bounce back? And I'm still talking about that word accountability. Let's do a better job with treating each other with a little bit more respect. Now, I get it. Everybody's going to have the people that they don't like, this and that. But if we can't pull up and talk about it, again, like men, is that what y'all are? Ain't that what y'all is? I know y'all ain't little boys. I know y'all ain't teenagers and shit. Y'all grown ass men. Now, if we can't come together and talk like grown-ass men and put differences behind us, I mean, come on now. I mean, y'all might as well let the little niggas beat up on y'all. Then I might as well just let the little niggas beat up on y'all. I'm gonna just let the YNs fuck y'all niggas up. All the OGs, you're on notice. If y'all not acting up, if y'all acting up and not having no accountability, I might sick the YNs on y'all niggas, because we got a few YNs that's coming up. Shout out to the 3 YNs that they got pulling up that's doing the comic book. Shout out to y'all. I seen the work y'all doing in the community. Keep working. Whatever the community might say to discourage y'all, pay it no mind. You know the focus. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on what we doing. Talk to him, Demo. That's what I'm saying. Hey, look, we're not taking no more bullshit. If you fuck up, just say you fucked up, right? Look, I fucked up. My bad. I might have stepped out of line. My bad. Steve-O, I'm talking to you first, especially. Hey, look, I was drunk. I stepped out of line. I might have went a little bit too far. My bad. Hopefully you'll forgive me. If not, I'll hold that L until we could come around. But that's where the accountability starts. Thieving Rees, make it right. Yo, word. Thieving Rees, make this shit right, bro. Stop playing out here. Make this shit right, yo. And then we can all move on. We can all get out of here. Where's Cousin Breezy at? Hey, look, there's another accountability. Like, now, check this out. I had to make sure we got on Breezy about the GGs, but I had to make sure we understand, Jeezy. I know you got your dub. And I know BJ might have felt some way about the dub, and I know yada yada going back and forth, but again, we ain't competitive. Whether you like him or not, whether you think he's some type of way or he doing this and that, there's nothing wrong with giving a nigga a GG if you get the dub or a L. Now you got the dub. Now if you don't get a GG from your opponent, I think that's kind of valid and deserved, being that you didn't give him the GG. So we just gonna call that square like that. If y'all meet up on a battlefield again, whoever wins, whoever loses, hey, look, just do a GG. Display to the community that, look, we here to compete at the end of the day. We don't have to feel how we feel about motherfuckers that we battle against. But once we on a competitive field, and if it get done right, we'll throw the GG out there just to show the other people how to be competitive, how to show the other people how to have class. Again, as men, guys, come on, bro, as men. GGs, I still don't like you. Fuck you, nigga, but GGs. Like, ain't nothing wrong with that, bro. Like, look, let's keep it a stack. Look, I still think you, you know what I'm saying? I still think you're, but GGs. And keep it moving. That's what we trying to move forward in 2026. Let's up with the class and competitive. It's a GGs. Still don't like you, but GGs. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's still competitive. That's still showing class. Again, shout out to everybody that came through. Cito, have a dope day at church. Make sure you put some money in the basket. Pay your wavy tithes. I see all of y'all next weekend when we go after dark. We're going to revisit everything, and we're going to start the new year with some new things, new giveaways. I got a new BOB that might be loading. Might want to give some giveaways to y'all. We're going to get that going. Shout out to everybody that pulled up. Y'all hit the like on the way out, and y'all keep that brush moving.
Reese in the motherfucking building. Kato is an industry plant, and nobody can tell me anything less. Light some, bake some, smoke some.
You ain't got no rings, bitch.
Look at this. The first 3 seconds is crazy. First 3 seconds is crazy.
Got a glizzy in my hand and I do not waste no time. This is glizzy.
No! No, nothing is that sensational. Nothing is that sensational. Eat it to the side. Say, nothing is that sensational. I knew Kato was still in here. That's why I didn't sing along to the song. I'm smart. Y'all not smart. I'm smart. I knew Kato was still in here, so I didn't sing along to the song, because this is crazy. The closing of the eyes and the rolling the eyes behind the head was a bit much.
This nigga got me out of my fucking body.
What were you
To make you think it was okay to say some shit
like this to me?
Got a glizzy in my hand and I do not waste no time. Cause it's glizzy on my mind. Put some ketchup on a glizzy and it's gonna be very nice. Cooking up a glizzy and then cooking up tonight. You're a yummy glizzy, so I ate it in the sky. I'm about to fly my glizzy and I'm flying like a kite. I look at that glizzy and I eat it to the side. Eat it to the side. Eat it to the side.
To the side is crazy with the pause, bro. Like,